upper mirrors were too weak. Also, there isn't enough oxygen inside those tombs with which to support or feed a flame of a torch. I was once inside the king's chamber, inside the Pyramid of Giza, and somebody turned off the lights, and immediately we were in pitch darkness. And I said, no problem, I'll just take out my lighter from my satchel, and I turn on the lighter, and it didn't work. So how were the insides of their temples lit? I mean, the only remaining solution is by some sort of an artificial light source. And that is, for example, a light bulb. So at an underground crypt at Dendera, we find reliefs of such light bulbs.
Modern-day light bulb without access to electricity. After all, electricity wouldn't be discovered for thousands of years. That is, of course, with the exception of what scientists call the Baghdad Battery.
The Baghdad Battery was discovered in ancient Iraq. Scholars today say there's no way that ancient man was using electricity or light bulbs. So they look at this Baghdad Battery, and there's about a dozen of them that have been found in Iraq. And the only mainstream theory is that they were using it for electroplating jewelry.
Two major proponents of ancient alien theory, Jason Martell and Georgios Tsoukalos, demonstrate just how the Baghdad Battery could generate electricity using a modern mock-up of the device.
Well, basically this is made out of a clay pot. Clay just found naturally in that region in southern Iraq.
Tombs, temples, ancient light bulbs, even electricity, architectural and technological wonders, centuries before we ever believed them possible. But if evidence of ancient astronauts exists here on Earth, what about elsewhere? Might we find what we are looking for by looking in the sky? Astronomical calendar, one which could be used to calculate events such as solar eclipses. But if that were true, whoever aligned these massive stones on the barren English landscape would have to have had precise astronomical knowledge of the path of the sun. Pyramids played an essential part in helping the Mayans devise their calendar. By aligning the sight lines between the highest points of the structures, ancient astronomers could pinpoint the most important dates of the year, such as an upcoming equinox or solstice. But what also excites ancient astronaut theorists is how perfectly the layout of Tikal's pyramids correlate to the star map of the Pleiades-Orion region of the sky. An overhead view of the structures, almost exactly mirroring the outline, has been spotted in an area far from Tikal, much, much farther. Recently discovered on Mars is a cluster of landforms that offers a near-perfect replication of the pyramid pattern of Tikal. 3 distinct locations, 1 unique pattern. Coincidence or design?
At Tikal, the legends and the myths speak of a time when the gods intermingled and interconnected with our ancestors.
We relied on the sky for directions, for seasons in which to plant, and for a variety of things. Today, with our GPS units and navigation systems and computers, we don't need to look at the sky.
Now